Hey guys, Theme Park Mark here, and it is time for a bonus vlog from Europa Park. You guys voted on it, and what I'll be doing today is trying to do all 14 coasters in one day here at Europa Park. Should be possible. I think so, pretty easily actually, but I'll go through the tips and tricks, strategies, and take you guys along with me for the ride, as always. So let's giddy up. All right, so it is 9:10, so coming in a little bit late, but got some extra rest this morning, which is not bad at all. So yeah, as I mentioned, you guys voted for this. I put up a poll on my community page on YouTube. I had kind of a free day here, and so it was either let's work on some marathons, just keep riding the big coasters, and I probably would have done some other stuff as well, but that's what I would have focused on, or do kind of an interesting experiment here and see if we can ride all 14, at least for right now. 14 coasters, will be 13 by the end of the year, and then 14 again a year after with a euromir. But anyway, all 14 coasters at Europa Park, ride them all in one day. Yeah, I figured a lot of you might be interested in this kind of a challenge, because you might only have one day at the park and that's it, and you want to see if it's possible to get squeeze in all 14 coasters, maybe even have some time afterwards to enjoy the rest of the park. So I will show you if it is possible and how to do it. I think my strategy here to start the day is going to be hopping on the monorail and heading on over to the Spain area. And I'll actually be completing the monorail then, since I took it from the Spain area to the German area the other day. So I'll be completing the loop. And I was going to start with Atlantica Super Splash. Now, many of the lines, or many of the coasters do have a single rider line, and I will be utilizing that, because from a coaster enthusiast perspective, if you're only here for one day and you want to just ride all the coasters, get the credits done as quickly as possible, you're going to be using the single rider line. But I will not be using the virtual line, which is basically like the only sort of form of skip the line that they would have here. And the way that works is it's a free system, and it's only on, I think, a few of the rides here. And basically you just get like one, you get a reservation, you can only have one at a time. And you basically just virtually wait in the line, and then when it's ready, then you go through kind of like a fast lane for it. Won't be using that today. I'll just be using single rider line and the regular line for all of them. Here's coaster number 1, Silverstar. I'll probably be wrapping up with that. It might be the last coaster of the 14 that I'll do. So let's head on in, Europa Park. All 14 coasters one day. Let's see if we can do it. All right, 9:15 through the turnstiles. The monorail's up here, so I'm gonna have a ride on that and head over to the other side of the park. All right, waited about 30 seconds. Monorail is here.
Hola amigos, next stop Spain.
All right, 5 minutes later, and we are in Spain, the Spain Plaza. So I'm gonna head to Atlantica Super Splash, which should be back behind me, kind of around the corner. So that'll be coaster number 1 for the day. So most of the major coasters here do have a single rider line, but there's a good portion that don't. I think the water coasters, Euromir does not have a single rider line. Matterhorn Blitz And Sweatshirt Bob-on don't either. Silverstar does not have a single rider line. So yeah, there's a few. We're gonna start here. Coaster number 1, Atlantica Super Splash. Should not be much of a wait here. And as usual, I'm gonna try and sit in the back row if I can. Let's start off the Coaster Challenge with the Zen Ride. Go. Little splash. Not a super splash. Sorry, that was bad. All funny. Alright, 1 coaster down, 13 to go. It was a true Zen ride that time on Atlantic Super Splash. So like, what, my 3rd try for that? Should have had it the other day, but people decided to stay on the ride, which, you know, that's fine. Anyway, that is coaster number 1. Alright, so up next, I'm gonna head on over to Bluefire. The reason I'm doing Bluefire first and not Wodan is because Bluefire's exit spits you out pretty much right by the Wodan entrance. So, efficiency is the name of the game, right? So I'm gonna head on over to Bluefire. Didn't get too wet on the Atlantica Super Splash. A little bit of a... I think the glasses got a little spray, but outside of that, not too bad. So Bluefire, then Wodan, that's the plan. And it is, by the way, 9:39, so I got in line for Atlantica Super Splash. Obviously no line. I got in line at, I think, 9:30, so it took 9 minutes from getting in the line to getting off the ride. And remember, I came in the park at 9:15, so it's been about 25 minutes so far. 1 coaster down. All right, as far as like breaks are concerned, I'm gonna try not to take any, if at all possible. Like drink breaks, bathroom breaks, etc., food breaks. But if I need to, I'll get to a stopping point at a particular spot, note where I'm at, and then when I'm done with my break, I'll go right back to that same spot and kind of start the timer again. So that's how it's gonna work. 9:44 and we're at coaster number 2, Bluefire Mega Coaster. It's supposed to 5-minute wait. I'm gonna use a single rider line. There shouldn't be any wait. right, it is 9:50. Coaster number 2 done. Bluefire. Got row 4 and did wait 0 minutes for single rider. So turn the corner. Here's coaster number 3, Wodan. Also does have a single rider line, so I will be using that. So let's have a ride in this GCI. I love that GCI. Wodan timber coaster. Had row 6. There were 4 single riders in line in front of me, so it took about 5 minutes or so, maybe almost 10. It's 10:03 now, so it hasn't quite been an hour since I've been in the park, but it has been an hour since the park opened. So 3 coasters done. Up next, I'm gonna head over to Alpen Express, the powered coaster. I'm gonna kind of try and do these in the most efficient order that I possibly can. So Alpen Express is next, and then probably Arthur after that. The lettuce stalk flume I've ridden in recent memory. All right, Alpen Express, that is next. At 10:18, so it's just over an hour since I got into the park, and that is coaster number 4 done. So up next, like I said, I'm gonna head on over to Arthur, which is kind of at the back of the park, and then after that, I think Ba Express, which is the kiddie coaster in the Ireland area, the kiddie area, which I haven't been to since I first rode that coaster. Time for Arthur. Coaster number 5. And Arthur does have a single rider line, so that's what I'm using. I would highly recommend it. It's very efficient. So if you're willing, I would definitely do this.
Still waters run deep. Still slipped on the D.I. Nah, nigga. Guess who's back?
Arthur. Cannot help but love this ride. It's 10:30. I'm gonna head over to the next coaster. That is Ba Express. Just happened to notice on that last ride that there's a silver button in the middle of the lap bar. Just trying to figure out what that actually did. I was speculating maybe it plays the censored version of Still Dre. No, it didn't. So I don't know if anybody knows what that silver button does on the lap bar for Arthur. Let me know. Entering the Ireland area for the first time since my first visit when I rode Ba Express. There's a lot of little kids rides here. It's basically a whole kiddie area. And of course the coaster is a kiddie coaster. So to ride on Ba Express, I gotta remember where it is. Express. It is now 10:42. That's 6 coasters done already. It does help that it seems to be pretty quiet. Although of course I went to the other side of the park, so maybe everybody kind of clumped at the start of the park and it still is pretty busy. I'm not sure. But yes, 6 coasters. I think Ba Express is an art engineering coaster if I'm not mistaken, so not a mock. But I'll put all the coaster information up during the POVs, so you guys know the information on what they are, when they opened, etc. So up next, I think I'm gonna head towards Euromir, which is, of course, the spinning coaster that is closing at the end of this year. There is no single rider line for that one, and it might be my last ride on it. I'm not sure if I'll ride it again today or not. We'll see, but I'm gonna head that direction. Euromir's next. at Euromir, so it was posted in 20-minute wait. Got on line at 10:47, got off at 11:07. Exactly 20 minutes. Very good estimate. Not sure if that'll be my last ride. I'll try and get one more ride later on today. For now, I'm going to continue on. That's halfway through the coasters. That's 7 of 14. This will be number 8. And is the best, Voltron. So it's not as quiet as I thought it was. I think it was just a good strategy to go to that side of the park. Because now that part of the park is pretty busy now. With waits, like Atlantic Super Splash is like a 15-20 minute wait now. And Bluefire, wodan are at like 30-35 minutes. So it's fairly busy. It's not insanely crowded. Yeah, it's time to ride on the next coaster, which is Voltron. Posted 45-minute wait for the regular line, so I'm going to use the single rider, just to the left. Alright, we're back here to where the statue is. If I had to guess, I'd probably say the single rider line is probably going to be about a 20 to 25-minute wait. We'll see. Coaster number 8 done, Voltron. Took a little bit longer than expected. It's 12:03 now, so that was 56 minutes from the time I got in line. Ride did break down for a little bit after I had already dropped everything off into the locker. So I think it was down for 10-15 minutes-ish. And yeah, the single rider line was pretty long too. It was back to the animatronic area. So yeah, decent wait that time, so it's not quite as quiet as I had thought. That just means the strategy from this morning worked out pretty well in getting that many coasters done in that short a time. So I'm headed to these 2 coasters here. Well, you can only see one right now, but Pegasus. And this is Poseidon here, the water coaster. So I'm going to do these 2 coasters next. And the exit for Pegasus should be right near the entrance to Poseidon. So I'm going to do Pegasus first for efficiency purposes. So that's where I'm headed. Alright, so I waited about 25 minutes for Pegasus. It is on one train today. Remember the other day it was on two. So yeah, the line a little bit longer. Next, Poseidon, the other water coaster here in the park. So let's have a ride on this.
Da ist jetzt die wieder hinten.
I got back row on Poseidon. Didn't get too soaked anyway. It is 12:47, so that took 9 minutes from getting in line to getting off the ride, so that's awesome. So that's 10 coasters completed, 4 more to go, and I'm gonna head to the Switzerland area for Matterhorn Blitz and Swiss Bob Run. Probably start with Matterhorn Blitz, so that's next. So as I'm sure you would have guessed, Pegasus, Poseidon, no single rider line. Same for Matterhorn Blitz and Swiss Bob Run. And Eurosat Can coaster does have a single rider line. Silverstar does not. So those are the remaining coasters. Matterhorn Blitz to the left up here, Swiss Bob Run to the right. So let's start with the Bod Mouse, Matterhorn Blitz. Matterhorn Blitz done. That is 11. I waited, actually from when I entered the line to when I got off the ride, it was 11 minutes. So, I mean, why aren't there more mock Wild Mouse coasters like that with an elevator lift? Like that's just, it's so efficient. And it's a well-themed ride too. It's probably my favorite mock Wild Mouse coaster. So I'm headed towards the other coaster here in Switzerland, in the Switzerland area, Swiss Bob Run. I always get lost in this area trying to find the entrance. So I'm just gonna do what I did the other day, and that's kind of go this way. I think the entrance is over here, yes. The official entrance anyway. Roller Bobon. From when I got in line to when I exited, 12 minutes. Again, it's 1:17. 2 coasters left to do. I swear I get lost in that Switzerland area every time. So 2 coasters left, so I'm gonna do Eurosat Can coaster next. I'll be up here to the right. Do single rider for that. We'll finish things up at the B&M Hyper, Silverstar. That took 6 minutes from when I got in line to now getting off. 1:25 now, 1 coaster left, and that is Silverstar. So we'll go have a ride on that. I saw it testing earlier with a test train going around, so I think it was down for a little bit. Hopefully it's back up. Let's go take a look. It is indeed open. It said 20-minute wait. I think it's a little bit less than that. Might peek out the front row queue to see if see how long it is. Let's have one more ride, one more coaster. Silverstar.
Other vehicles next to you. Ring is forming. Secure your position. This is the formation lab. Use this line to compose yourselves.
1:45 and the challenge is complete. All 14 roller coasters ridden. It took, what, 4.5 hours to enter the park at 9:15 this morning. So yeah, I was actually able to get the challenge done in about half the park day, which is amazing. I had a row 8 ride there on Silverstar, and man, the ejector airtime off the brake course run towards the back of the train is crazy. Right now I'm headed back to the Italy area for a few more rides on the Ghost train, and then I'll probably have some lunch and probably just chill out the rest of the time at the park and ride some more coasters, ride some more rides. So I'll put in a little montage of the rest of the rides that I get in here today. I'll check in with you guys later on.
So. Wow! Gleich kommt schon wieder. Mann, dieser scheiß Anfang. Oh, das sind wieder unten.
Hope you guys enjoyed that little montage of POVs for the rest of the day. Ended up getting, I think, 4 rides on the Ghost train, 3 rides on Piraten in Batavia, 3 rides on Arthur, although I think you just saw 1 POV, so I did not film the other 2. Did Voltron, did a couple rides on Silverstar. I'm probably forgetting something else. Yeah, I got quite a few rides over the last few hours here. We look at Eurosat. And so with that, that'll bring an end here to my visit to Europa Park. Hope you guys enjoyed the little challenge video today. 4.5 hours for all 14 roller coasters without using the virtual line, but with using single rider. But obviously, yes, if you're coming here, you have 1 day, easily possible to get all 14 coasters in, and you got plenty of time to do some other stuff as well. So thanks so much, guys, for watching. As always, coming up in the next vlog is going to be Nigloland over in just southeast, I think, of Paris. That's where I'll be at tomorrow. I'm going to be doing most of the day there, although I'll probably be arriving maybe around noon or so, because it's about a 4.5 hour drive from here. And it'll be my second visit to that park, and I didn't get all the coasters in last time. I don't know if you guys watched the vlog or not, but yeah, I didn't get all the coasters in, and I think there's a new one there as well. So with that, signing off from Europa Park, best theme park in the world. Take care, guys.